Beginning my lineup on the temple line that's the furthest back. I use a comb and mark the angle and where it intersects with the eyebrow or the eye. And I just kind of match it up to the other side. And I cover his eyebrow so that my T-blades don't put a notch in it. Matching the other side, and then I'll move on to the middle of my client's lineup. The temple lines in place will help you out and see whether the line is straight or not on your front lineup. It's a reason why we do it in this order. So I'm moving to the higher side, and then I would normally match the right side to that, but I'm jumping straight to the C-cup area on this client. He's an exception to the rule because his lineup is pretty much symmetrical naturally, so I don't necessarily have to follow the steps. But I suggest that you do until you find a client like that. You follow the same steps and then you begin to get faster. If you switch up the steps all the time, then you're not going to improve. You're going to stay the same. It's a very repetitious job. You have to make sure you're recharging when you go home. You got to come in with mental clarity. Applying shave gel after I got my initial lineup on there. And just cleaning up any stubble that's left behind. I normally apply the shave gel on my glove in between my index finger and my thumb. That way it's readily available for me to use as needed. Sometimes the gel will dry up by the time you get to the last spot. I normally go with the grain when I'm using my razor, except for in the sideburn area that was a little dry, so I reapplied some shave gel. Now it's smooth, no irritation. So now we use a steam towel and wipe away all the shave gel. He got a bald fade, so we're wiping all the shaved areas on the fade as well. And we're not just wiping off the gel, we're wiping off all the holding spray that we put on his lineup that was on his skin and his forehead. You don't want your client walking out with that shininess of the holding spray and uncomfortableness, giving bumps too. So now I got a 50-50 alcohol witch hazel mix. I dried them out with a powdered towel. I combed all the hairs over the line and hit them with my sharpest liners before applying a waterproof enhancement. You see I have a index card. It's a laminated piece of paper. It's very thin. And I used a razor package just to get my point. After getting my point, I just used the one card to finish the temple line and then move on to the C-cup area. Try that out next time you enhance. Hitting that point first is very important. It makes everything easier after that. All right, after doing the temple lines and C-cup areas, I see that my front line was straight and in position for me to enhance. Now you're seeing, as always, his lineup was good to go before this enhancement. I think he had pictures or something this day, but to be honest with you, I hit everybody with enhancements or semi-permanent dye. I don't want to practice regular. If you're a speed barber, that is okay. There's nothing wrong with that. You just want to do quick, regular cuts. You can make just as much money, if not more than me, but you're going to have more of a personality. You're going to have more people skills in that aspect. So you got to choose your heart in life, and in barbering, it's no different. You're going to have to decide whether you're going to be the guy who's stressed out from having to do a detailed cut on everyone, or the guy that's stressed out because you got to deal with a million people. That's why some people choose a hybrid barber to get the best of both worlds. After enhancing, I applied some oil sheen and I combed all the hairs over. And I'm just knocking them off, making sure he's got the best lineup possible. Try this out on your next haircut and begin to do things in the same order. It's guaranteed to knock 5-10 minutes off your cut time, which can translate into thousands of dollars when you think about it over the course of a year. Again, if you're in the beginning of your career, you're going to want to be more of a speed barber, and you're only going to want to apply these enhancements and stuff, all the extra stuff, on like one or two clients just to get familiar with it. There'll be more of these tutorials to come. We'll be covering fading next. Get you a detailed tutorial on how I do my bald fades.